Hello everyone, today we will talk about ChatGPT and how to use it for search engine optimization. The specific example will be about backlink analysis and how we can actually compare two different websites to each other according to their referring domain count or traffic amount of these referring domains or how many backlinks these domains actually have. That's why we will use SEMrush and the Ahrefs together. I shared this specific tweet before and also I shared it in our public holistic SEO communities, and many people, even if the things are simple, many people actually ask me how to do that. Then I decided to create this blue hat series. You see a blue hat at the left bottom corner. It means that this video is very simple, quick, and if you are following me for over 3 years, this video might be really simple for you. But in the holistic SEO communities, 10 years plus experience SEOs, agents, owners, and beginners, let's say 2 months of experience SEOs, they all learn together. And that's why I am really excited about my community. At the same time, you can always subscribe to our SEO newsletter. You can join to our communities. And just yesterday, I started a group coaching and it was really enjoyable and also successful. We actually had over 30 people. And after announcing that, we got really good amount of applications. We will be opening the coaching session applications probably for 3-4 days. And if you want to join that, you can reach out to me or my team, or you can maybe use the website to be able to join us as well. If you wonder the previous Blue Hat videos, check this specific case study. And again, this is a Blue Hat case video too. Basically, we give 3 suggestions for increasing organic clicks 10 times. I did not hide the website name. You can directly see it. The full case study is here. It is being written and it will be published. And this is the first ChatGPT SEO that we did. And now we can move on to the second one. So in this example here too, I have got actually 2 different exports. These exports are from directly the Ahrefs, and usually I use these type of borders in my prompts to be able to use just a single prompt. As I said in the first Blue Hat ChatGPT for SEO video too, I can tell that you can actually use multiple prompts, but I like using only one because when you use multiple prompts, it's harder for this specific dialogue-based interaction machines or text formatting machines. It's harder for them to actually take the context from the previous discussion and make it carry it to the next one. Now, if you give everything as it should be with high level of confidence, the machine actually will be knowing what they should be doing at the beginning, and they will be just doing that. So in this case here, this is the introduction of the prompt, and I directly tell that this is a visualization prompt based on a data set to compare 2 different websites, backlinks, overall quality. And prompt has 5 sections, and every section has differentiated from each other with the specific quotation mark borders. If you see these borders, it actually tells the ChatGPT that this is the first section, and you should evaluate this section inside that. This is an independent but also dependent section, just a phase or a stage of the prompt. Every prompt section has 1 definition, 1 purpose, and 1 main instruction. Then here we tell this is the first one, and it is for defining the dataset to you, or we can directly tell dataset. We don't have to say to you here. The dataset has 2 different files, and both of the files have the same columns but different values. The dataset is about temp covered and insured daily named websites backlink data. Both of the websites are from United Kingdom and from the insurance, especially the temporary insurance industry. We increase the traffic really well for one of these companies as well too. You can check it. I might also put it in one of the case studies maybe. If you hear my cat Sherlock, sorry for that, but he might be naughty sometimes. Both websites have different type of backlinks from different web sources. The purpose here is visualization of both of the websites' backlinks by creating bar charts. Both of the websites' backlink data should be visible at the same time. Easily, we should be comparing them to each other. Basically, here we tell that we will be actually putting all the backlink data to the same plot. That's why we tell that both of them should be visible in terms of comparing to each other at the same time, and we will need to be focusing on the backlinks mainly. When it comes to in this area, we move on to the second section of the prompt. Again, we tell that this is for helping for visualization. And in this part, we tell that the dataset has domain column. Basically, we start defining our dataset in this area, which is from this part, not this. It is from SEMrush. We tell that we have this domain column, and we define this by telling that these are the names of the domains that are linking one of these specific sections. Then we define the DR. I did not use the follow or no follow or traffic type of sections in this area, and I guess the Ahrefs has given, yeah, actually it's true. And at the same time, I use the traffic section too. I will explain it later as well. And in this part, I also tell that to be able to understand which data belongs to which website, use the file name. If the file name starts like that, it is about temp covered. And at the same time, we tell that colorize both of the domain's backlink data in different colors so that we can see it easier. The R means domain rating, and it is one of the columns. And this section is really important, okay? Create beans for bar charts by starting from 1 and increase the beans by 10. For example, the domains from 5, 6, 7, 8 DR will be counted together, and they will be between 1 and 10 beans. If the DR is above 10 but below 20, it will be between 10 and the 20 beans. The important thing here is that you should always give examples to the ChatGPT. It will make everything easier for it. And the third part here, one more time, we give the definition. Now we actually tell that the line chart will use traffic column. It is to see which domains link which one of these two websites and what are their traffic value. Put the traffic value of domains to the line chart and correlate it with the beans that we use for bar chart. This section is complicated for ChatGPT because until now we just said that we will use actual bar chart and there will be beans in the bar chart. All right, now we are talking about the line chart, which is an extra part. But at the same time, if we come to this specific section or in this area, we told that we will be comparing the backlink data, and at the same time we defined our data set with different type of sections, which means that when we upload our data, the ChatGPT will directly be looking for these specifically named columns. And since we mentioned a second column or second column name and a second type of chart, it means that actually these both of these things will be going to the same chart by using two different columns. And this fourth section, it is about helping for the visualization, because if you don't help for the visualization, things will be random. You can see stack charts, or you can see that actually bar or line charts are in a different chart, bar chart might be in different place too, and it might be a little complicated. But if you help it for like this This part is mainly for actually defining the concepts. I would also suggest you to define the concepts while writing a prompt so that you can this ChatGPT can directly understand what you are talking about, what is the context. If, as in data science, if the data scientists actually know what they are visualizing, it means that they will be able to visualize it faster and better. Here too, I just give simple definitions for the concepts that I am using in the top sections. And in the fifth section, basically, I give the specific last instructions by saying that use this name for the title of the bar plots and write the number of referring domains, so the y-axis label. This section is important because I give two different names to the same axis, y-axis, again the y-axis. And this is one more time, this is an annotation because I use the word traffic, I use the word domain here, which means that since I use traffic column and the domain column, and since I am giving actually multiple labels to the y-axis, it means that we are using multiple y-axis. And this way, the fifth section will be connected to the previous sections of the prompt in an easier way too. Then we give some other instructions by telling that use different colors for two different websites to compare them to each other. And here too, we tell the second y-axis label is for the amount of traffic. We make it even more explicit, together with the label name, together with the column name, and together with the purpose. Then, directly, the ChatGPT starts to do these things. The first thing is that always remember, Ahrefs exports, they are in actually UTF-16, and they use T as the separator. I did not state it here. That's why ChatGPT had to understand it by itself, but it was able to solve the issue in this area. Then we see that actually this is the temp cover data for backlinks. This is the ensure daily data, again, for the backlinks or referring domains. And from this part, then it directly gives some information. As mentioned in the prompt, we will create bins starting from 1 and increase by 10 each time. Then we will visualize both of the website's backlink data on the same bar chart. We will use different colors to distinguish between the two, and in this area they start to create these bins. I can also show you the codes in this area. It's not that hard actually. Basically we use NumPy in this part, and I will suggest you to, in the first video too, I told you to actually create a kind of folder in your desktop, then actually put all your Python codes there in Jupyter notebooks or IPython notebooks in the VS Code, and use them whenever you need them. Because as I say, ChatGPT code interpreter is for interpreting the code, not for writing the code. So you can copy all these code and give them a new shape. And you can even automate these processes as you wish. And in this part, we use pdcut function to be able to create certain type of bins. And we include even the lowest value in the bins as well. It is one of the important things that we should be doing too. And in this area too, since we said that increase the bin numbers by 10 by 10, and in this area we are creating a kind of it is actually from NumPy, we were calling them array. Yeah, we are creating an array by starting from 0, and it will be going to the actually max value of the dr. And in this area, the max value will be coming to the dr column. Since we don't have 100, let's say we have 97, it will be going until that point by starting from 0 by increasing 10 by 10 times. And after that, we see actually these specific bins, basically in this area for temp cover and also for the insure daily too. We see that actually we have 460 referring domains, and the domain rating usually for these are between 0 and 10. When we look at the domain rating between 90 and 100, it is just 2. And this should be insured daily. When we come this area, this number becomes 6. And this number become like over 1200s. And then the ChatGPT gives these things to us in a readable way. Even reading these things like that might be helpful for you to see some statistical data. The reason that I am publishing this quick research and, let's say, quick suggestion videos in the blue hat mindset is that actually not just for showing how to use ChatGPT and automating stuff, also giving some simple information. First of all, DR or domain rating is not that much an important metric. But still, from time to time, you can use it for statistical approaches to analyze a few things in a quick way. And at least you can see where the backlink structure of both of these domains are differentiating from each other. In this area, we can see that especially between 70 and 80, this one has 50 domains and this one actually have just 17. And especially this zone might be creating a really good amount of difference in terms of indexation or prioritization for rankings as well too. You can even check the average query count per URL from this and this domain to be able to understand that actually according to the URL count, if one of the domains have way much more queries that they are ranking for, search engine might be tolerating them even further, even if the content doesn't have that much details. And finally, in this part, we see that actually we have a certain type of, let's say, visualization. The important thing here is that this is the visualization of only the bins that we actually have. And we are rotating these specific X labels. And then it says that here is the bar chart comparing the average domain rating of domains for two websites, temp cover, insure daily. Each pairs of the bars represent a bin of DR values. The blue bar represents temp and the other one represents the other one. And in this part, the important thing is that the ChatGPT still remembers our prompt, which is really important to show that actually sectioning or segmenting your prompt by giving clear definitions is important, because it did not start, as you see, since the beginning. Section by section, they continue. For every section, they give an output according to my prompt. And here also, they say that temp-cover has significantly more backlinks from these lower rated domains compared to the insure daily. For the higher DR bins, both websites have similar numbers of the backlinks, with temp-cover having slightly more in most cases. And here we talk about traffic column, because we will need to create line chart. And line chart, the y-axis will be coming to this area, and there will be line that goes over these bar plots. And in this part too, as you see, we actually use a different part. Again, we create the bins, and then we match these specific, let's say, traffic data by summing it. First, we filter the data with group by function of the pandas. Then we sum entire traffic value for that. Then we reset the index so that we can actually, according to the index of these part, we can merge them one more time. And then in this part, you'll see that actually total traffic value of these domains that are linking one of the temp cover or the ensure daily, probably this is the temp cover. And this is the visualization here. Why this is important? Because as much as I can remember, temp cover has just 6 referring domains from DR rating between 90 and 100. And the traffic value here is, I guess this is, I am not able to read the number completely, but this might be maybe 20 million even. And sorry, yes, and this is the ensure daily, and this is around, I guess, the 11 million. The purpose here is actually seeing that, yeah, we have lots of referring domain, but how many of them really have the real traffic? If you are taking a link just because you have high level, that domain has high level DR, it doesn't mean that actually it will be helping to you. You should focus on the indexation, the rankings, and the reactions of the websites to the spam updates. If they are being affected from content spam update or product review updates or link spam updates, stay away from these type of domains. And at the same time, if they don't have traffic, why do you get the link from there? It won't be showing you that much value. There are some exceptions. For government websites or scientific educational websites, the situation might be different because no one expects to have lost millions of clicks to do a scientific PDF. But still, it is important and authoritative. So in this way, actually, Microsoft Bing defines authority and PageRank differently too. Sometimes Google mentions it, but they did not disclose that much. But in the patterns, we have lots of different things related to the PageRank, like trust rank or merge rank as well, or rank merge. So basically here, you will see also that this Ensure Daily has just 32,000 of total traffic value for these amount of domains. Let's check how many domain is that. So basically 400 domains are able to generate just 32,000 clicks, which means that most of these domains are garbage. When it comes to here, the number is way much more. Let's check the value for here. 61. So I can 61, right? Yeah. So I can tell that this is even worse than this one. So most of these domains probably are not even properly indexed, or they are just single page or some repetitive subdomains they can even be. But when it comes to this area, the numbers in this part are way much higher too, which means that if you are linked from some of these domains, it's possible that more users will be coming to your website with a referring click, which means that actually these links are more important because it is where the users are. So let's visualize it. It becomes like that. You can see the same data in this here too. We have a line chart, as you see, and basically the blue section here represent the temp cover referring domain count according to the R range between 0 and 10. And at the beginning, as you see, it actually rotated these. But later it did not, because it used that specific section of the prompt only for the first visualization, but we are able to still understand which one is which one. The important thing here that is, let me draw it. I guess I'm able to take the recording properly while drawing. The important thing here is that for every section, actually, the temp cover has way much more referring domains. But the important thing here is that for really important amount of referring domain ranges according to DR, the traffic per domain is higher for the Ensure Daily referrer domains. Because in this part, as you see, we have two lines, one red, one blue. Even if we have a bigger blue bar chart every time, the blue line chart is very close to the red one, which means that most domains that actually link to the temp cover doesn't have a proper traffic in it. But it changes tremendously when it comes to the domains that have over 80 DR. And this might be the main section that creates a difference when it comes to the prioritization in terms of the linking. So it means that these might be the more important area that you should be focusing on in your backlink work, or maybe even semantic network, content network creations as well too. The important thing here is that the ChatGPT also continues and give us some suggestions. In this area, since the answer was really long, it stopped creating the answer. Then I said continue where you left off, and it continued there. And then it gives some explanations here before the definitions. It says that both websites have the majority of their backlinks from domains with a DR of less than 10. However, temp cover has significantly more backlinks from these lower rated domains compared to Ensure Daily. For the higher DR beams, both websites have similar number of backlinks, with temp cover having slightly more in most cases. In terms of traffic, the domains with a higher DR contribute more organic traffic for both websites. This is especially pronounced for temp cover, which receives a significantly higher amount of traffic from domains with DR of 80 or more compared to Ensure Daily. It is interesting to note that although Ensure Daily has fewer backlinks from domains with a DR of less than 10, these domains contribute a substantial amount of traffic. So the thing here is that in my prompt, I did not tell ChatGPT that these traffic are for the domains of these specific domains. I actually said it too, but the ChatGPT assumes that this is the traffic that actually comes from these domains to these targeted websites. So you can make things more explicit too, but you don't have to. Our purpose here was actually a visualization sample. So this was from actually Ahrefs. So how about actually SEMrush? I use the same prompt directly for the Ahrefs data, and it did not work directly. As you see here, the ChatGPT stopped. Why? Because in SEMrush, we have domain authority score and domains, and we don't have the traffic column, which means that I will need to define new concepts, and I will need to help the ChatGPT to understand the system here. And I did that. I changed the data set, and then I also changed the definitions and some of the column names. And as you see, in this area, we created a similar result in a really quick way. The important thing here is that when you use actually both of the tools, you will realize one more thing, because in the SEMrush export, we have backlink amount per referring domain. So here we have traffic of domains that link one of these. And here we have the backlinks of the domains that link one of these websites, which means that actually even I can merge all these data. I can even create a more, let's say, comprehensive visualization in this part. And if you look at in this part 2, we would directly see that actually temp cover, which is the backlink count in this area, it actually says usually the backlink, but the bar plot actually shows the amount of domains that are linking temp cover or Ensure Daily. And in this case, Ensure Daily is the red one. And again, we see that actually temp cover has more referring domains. The X labels here are according to the authority scores of domains, according to the SEMrush data. And when it comes to the backlink count, it is for the domains or the referring domains in this part. The thing here is that for one of the websites here, the authority score is between 30 and 40. And here, one of the websites link maybe 400,000 times to the Ensure Daily. We don't know which website is that. We can check it because the total backlink count increased in a really tremendous way. And in this case, here you see the numbers are closer to each other. And in this part 2, the ChatGPT gives some simple definitions to explain these things directly too. Maybe next time we can also show things over the SEMrush or Ahrefs too, to be able to be helpful and give some quick suggestions. And basically, we will continue to give these type of quick researches and the quick tips for search engine optimization by using artificial intelligence. We will even create videos for large language models, natural language processing, and we will talk about the future of the search engine optimization. Still, I am trying to complete this specific case study for a really long time, over 1 year, and I will be publishing it as well too. I will suggest you to continue to follow us and join our communities. I'm happy to see you all, and I hope you are safe and happy. Love you all, and see you later.